Hey, what's going on, beautiful people? It's Keishorne Scott. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Before we get into the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can know when I'm dropping some jewels and I'm dropping some new videos. All right, so today we're going to talk about 3 reasons why men don't commit. 3 reasons why men do not commit. Stay tuned. Number 1, men have fear of commitment, right? They have fear of commitment. They have fear of commitment because a lot of men feel as if they're losing their freedom by getting into a relationship. They're losing their freedom, they're losing their time, they're losing everything that they will want to do. They're losing it. And a lot of times they feel this, and with losing their freedom, they'll have trust issues. They have trust issues as well, right? So number 1 is fear of commitment. They are afraid. They are afraid of the responsibility, right? And you can't blame someone. You can't blame them. The reason why is because a relationship is a very intimidating thing, right? I have to love you, I have to be there, I have to pour into you, I have to invest in you, I have to answer your call, I have to text you consistently, I have to show up, I have to plan dates. Relationships are time consuming. And not only men who have a fear of commitment, women do too. Because who wants to give up all of their freedom knowing that I can go to sleep whenever I want, I can eat whatever I want, I can do whatever I want, I can hang out as late as I want. But when you're in a relationship, and especially marriage, there's a little bit of restraint there as well. Because it's not only about you, it's about your partner as well too, the other person. So we have to understand that a lot of times, people have that fear of committing to someone, especially when you've been living a certain way and doing things a certain kind of way for so long. You might have that little bit of fear of commitment there. Number 2, lack of emotional maturity. A lot of men might not be mature enough to handle a relationship. They might not be emotionally available, emotionally mature, mentally mature in order to protect someone's heart, right? Some people are not mature enough to have to communicate, to love you, to pour into you, to invest in you, to be there for you. And a lot of times when the relationship isn't working, you kind of beg this immature person to be mature for you. And we spend years trying to beg the wrong person to act right. We're trying to beg this man to be mature for us. We're trying to beg. Well, you need to understand that you should not beg anyone to love you. You shouldn't beg someone to act right. If this person's immature, emotionally immature, they cannot handle your heart right. They can't apologize when it's time to. They can't communicate. They can't read you, right? So this person is not ready for a commitment because they're emotionally immature. They're emotionally not there yet. And I think that what we have to understand is that a lot of people aren't ready to take care of your heart. You might think so. He might look good. He might smell good. He might be tall, dark, and handsome, or whatever your preference is. But we have to understand that not everybody is qualified to take care of your heart. A lot of people aren't emotionally ready, aren't mentally ready to provide, to protect, to be there for someone else. And that's a job. That's a job. And you have to be emotionally mature to handle someone's heart with care, to learn how to speak to someone and not abuse someone. Because you can abuse someone emotionally, mentally, and physically, but it takes someone who's emotionally mature to understand that I need to speak to my girl with love, with compassion, with care, with gentleness, not with anger and hurt and resentment. So you have to look for someone who wants to commit to you. And a man who wants to commit, he's emotionally ready, he's emotionally there, he's emotionally available, and he's emotionally mature. And number 3, lack of interest. Some men aren't interested in a relationship, right? They're not interested in a relationship, but they're interested in the benefits of the relationship. I'm gonna let you sit with that for a little bit. A lot of men aren't interested in the relationship. They're not interested in a commitment, but they're interested in the perks and the benefits that it gives them, right, by being in a relationship. That could be sex, that could be that quality time. Some people aren't looking for a relationship, right? A lot of men, they're probably just looking for somebody reliable. Someone when they're, horny or whatever it may be, they can come right to you and they know that you're gonna give it up. And that they're looking for somebody who's reliable, but they're failing to commit to you. They don't want to get married. They don't want to have kids. And a lot of times they tell you these things. They don't want to put a ring on your finger. You're looking for something long term, but in their hearts, they're looking for something short term. They have no interest, and that's why it's so vital to move slow in the dating stage and really read people to understand what they want and what they don't want and what they're telling us. Because a lot of times you will date people and get into relationships with people who tell you that they don't want a relationship, but you heard something completely different. You heard something completely different. I don't know what you heard. You probably heard that they love you or not yet, or it's not the right time. But in plain old English, a lot of men will tell you, I do not want a future with you. I do not want a commitment. I do not want children. I do not want this. I do not want that. But you keep trying to change this boy into a man. You're trying to mold him and shape him into that husband that you want, right? That future that you want, right? You're trying to make him want kids. And he doesn't want that. You see, he doesn't want, he's not interested in that. What he's interested in is the short-term benefits, right, of that relationship and nothing more. And I need you to understand that. All right, I need you to understand that. So as we recap, right, fear of commitment, right? Number one, fear of commitment. A lot of men won't commit to you because they have a huge fear of commitment. Giving up their freedom, giving up who they are, hanging out with their friends. And lack of commitment also comes with, I'm gonna go back a little bit, also goes back with they fail to give up their single ways. When a man fails to give up his single ways, he will fail to commit to you. He will fail to love you the right way. He will fail to invest in you the right way. Why? It's because it goes back into lack of interest. He wants a relationship, so he says, but he doesn't want to give up his single ways. He doesn't want to give up all the other women he's talking to, hanging out with his single friends, going out for drink, flirting with other women, cheating. You have to understand that when someone says that they don't want to be committed to you and they want you, you gotta listen. Stop trying to force people to be ready for what you want them to be ready for. Stop trying to force people to be relationship ready when they're not even commitment ready. All right. So to recap, fear of commitment, lack of emotions, right? They're not emotionally mature, not emotionally available. He still acts like a child. He still acts like a little boy. He doesn't communicate. He doesn't apologize, right? And he's abusive. Right? And a lot of times people will be abusive, not only physically, but emotionally too, right? Emotionally abusive and emotionally gaslight you. They will gaslight you and they will hurt you, right? So you have to understand that emotional immaturity is very broad, but don't let anyone take your kindness or your love for weakness and show you no interest, but say they want to commit to you, but they're not, all right? They're not. Okay, so what I need you to do, thank you so much for listening to this YouTube video. I need you to like, subscribe, and drop some comments. Let me know if you had any experiences with someone who did not commit to you. What are some of the signs or the reasons why the man did not commit to you, why he didn't commit to you? Let me know, drop some comments. Maybe you can help someone else. All right, I love you. Stay tuned to the next video. Peace.